Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty cool things to go over. A new Pokemon 2027 project has been announced. We have some new Nintendo Switch 2 rumors to go over, and as well as that, we have some Legends ZA rumors to go over, as well as plenty of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over this new 2027 Pokemon project. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Company have announced a claymation project with Aardman coming in 2027. This is really cool for me, especially as a British person that grew up with Wallace and Gromit, which was of course created by Aardman. It's just really nostalgic and stuff, and seeing Pokemon kind of team up with them is just, I'm really excited for this. If you don't really know what like claymation and stop motion is, I'd say take a look at Pokemon Concierge. That's very, very similar to what this is probably going to look like. Now, we don't really know what this is going to be, whether it's going to be a movie or like a TV series or something like that, or just like loads of mini shorts. I feel like because it's not out till 2027, it's probably going to be a longer sort of bit of material. But again, claymation does take very, very long because you obviously have to design the actual clay, and then you have to take a picture and then move it slightly, take a picture. It's very similar to stop motion, obviously, it's just with clay. But either way, very, very excited about this. We do have some information about it as well on Nintendo Soup. Bit of an update about it regarding kind of what we might expect to see and stuff. But either way, this was on Nintendo Soup saying Pokemon announced collaboration with Wallace and Gromit studio Aardman. So the company has announced an exciting new collaboration project. This time, Pokemon will be collaborating with none other than Aardman Animation, the legendary claymation studio responsible for Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run. The collaboration will be released sometime in 2027, as seen in the teaser below. So if we just take a look at the teaser, this is basically what it is. Like, you've got a red and a white ball jumping together, creating the Pokeball, and then it just says Pokemon Aardman, and then it just says like 2027. So yeah, like that's the kind of like sort of animation you can expect to see, because that is literally clay. But yeah, it takes a very, very long time because you have to literally take a picture, move it slightly, take a picture. It is a long-ass process. But anyway, check out the full press release here. So Pokemon and Aardman team up for exciting collaboration coming 2027. So today, the Pokemon Company International, a multi-award-winning independent studio, Aardman, have announced a special project coming to audiences in 2027. The collaboration will see Aardman bringing their unique style of storytelling to the Pokemon universe in brand new adventures. VP of Marketing and Media of the Pokemon Company International commented, "This is a dream partnership for Pokemon. Aardman are masters of their craft, and we have been blown away by their talent and creativity. We have been working on together ensures our global Pokemon fans are in for a treat." I feel like that doesn't make sense, but either way, you get the gist. And then Sean Clark, managing director of Aardman, added, "It's a huge honor to be working with the Pokemon Company International. We feel sincerely privileged to be trusted with bringing their characters and world to life in a brand new way. Bringing together Pokemon, the world's biggest entertainment brand, together with our love of craft, character, and comedic storytelling feels incredibly exciting. Aardman and the Pokemon Company share an emphasis on heritage and attention to detail, as well as putting our fans and audiences at the heart of what we do, which we know will steer us right as we together create charming, original, and new stories for audiences around the world. More information on the collaboration is planned to be shared in the future." I could see something about this happening on Pokemon Day as well, next year, 2025. I mean, 2027 is, 2 years away, nearly. So, yeah, we might not get a bit of information for a while. I might not even get anything till 2026 Pokemon Day. It could come out early 2027 before the 2027 Pokemon Day, but either way, very much looking forward to this, but it's not going to be out for a very long time. So that's the 2027 project. Also wanted to go over this as well from the Nintendo Switch 2. This is Game Rant here tweeting out saying, "Excitement is high for Nintendo's upcoming system, and it can bottle that by fixing one of the Switch's biggest issues from its early days." So this is taken on Game Rant, and it says, "The fever around the newest Nintendo Switch system has reached a fever pitch, with 2024 quickly coming to a close. All eyes will be on 2025 as Nintendo delivers what is expected to be the next console in the Nintendo Switch line. The rumored Switch 2 will ride a massive wave of hype following the resounding commercial success of the current Nintendo Switch system. So while the Nintendo Switch is a fantastic platform, no system is truly perfect, and all of them can use a fix or two. In the case of the Switch 2, there are several improvements Nintendo could make that would make the next system even greater than the last one. One such change involves the system's launch lineup and the ways it can improve a recent Nintendo tradition. So the Switch 2 could fix a problem from the Switch's launch. So ever since the release of the Wii in 2006, Nintendo has created some kind of launch game that essentially worked as a tech demo to showcase the console's new features. Between Wii Sports, Nintendo Land, and 1-2 Switch, the publisher has always found creative ways to demonstrate the unique features of its new platforms. Usually, these games are available as pack-in titles for the new platforms, but 1-2 Switch broke that tradition and was sold as a full-price offering from Nintendo. This proved controversial, as not only did it mean the Switch would not come with a game out of the box, but 1-2 Switch was the worst received of Nintendo's tech demo launch titles. The game lacked anything in the way of meaningful single-player content, and compared to its contemporaries, the included minigames featured no sort of progression whatsoever. This stung even harder compared to a game like Nintendo Land, which was incredibly feature-packed and worthy of being sold as a standalone game. I mean, you take Wii Sports, for example, like, everybody knows the Wii Sports jingle, everybody knows Wii Sports. It was just such a juggernaut of a game, and it was something that you could play with, like, obviously your family and friends, whatever, but it was just so well made. It wasn't like it was a big game, it was just, what it did do, it did so well. And so, yeah, they need to recreate something like that to really kind of bolster the Switch 2, in my opinion. So if Nintendo is to do another tech demo alongside the Switch 2, should consider packaging this title alongside the platform. A game like 1-2 Switch had little business being sold as a full-priced game on its own and would have made a far greater impact if it was included alongside the Switch. Nintendo should make the next tech demo game pack-in, that way players have something to play as soon as they open the box. Nintendo will have to do a lot of work with it though, as the bar for a pack-in tech demo has been raised by Astro's Playroom on Sony's PlayStation 5. Even despite its short length, this title served as both full-fledged 3D platformer and a love letter to PlayStation history, making it a must-play even as a mere pack-in game. If Nintendo is to pack in a tech demo of some kind and with the Switch 2, perhaps it would be best to take a few cues from what Sony and Team Asobi's pack-in title accomplished. So a game like 1-2 Switch had little business being sold, yada yada, I just read that. Tech demo or not, the Switch 2 needs a strong launch lineup. So of course, it's entirely possible that Nintendo won't need a tech demo game alongside the Switch 2. If the rumors are true that the next platform is merely a more powerful version of the current Switch, there may not be much of a need to demonstrate its capabilities more meaningfully. If that is the case though, Nintendo needs to make sure the Switch 2 has a killer launch lineup ready to go. Even so, Nintendo has a prime opportunity to right what 1-2 Switch did wrong for its platform's launch. The publisher could use Astro's Playroom as inspiration to beef up its next tech demo game, or forego that approach altogether and focus on beefing up the launch lineup more than its predecessor. Here's hoping Nintendo can make magic happen again with a much greater launch lineup for the Switch 2. To be fair, I think the Switch 2 launch title is going to be a 3D open world Mario game, which has been rumored heavily. I think Mario Kart's going to be there as well, which they know is going to sell really well. Like, those two games there are going to just sell ridiculously well. And they can do bundles as well, where you can get Mario Kart with the Switch 2. You can get whatever the Mario game is going to be called with Switch 2. And then they're probably also going to do quite a few enhanced version of games as well. Like, they could easily do an enhanced Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They could do an enhanced Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, whatnot, just like they did for Breath of the Wild originally for the Switch. So there's enhanced versions they can do, and then obviously there's ports as well. Like, there's so much stuff they can do with the Switch 2 when it comes out, and because it's going to be the same sort of not the same sort of console, but it's just going to be like a better version of it. I feel like it's already there. They just got to build on it and just produce better games, which with the new hardware, which they're going to do, like 100%. And then they've obviously got games like Legends EA as well that are coming out next year, which are going to sell really well, and that's going to be playable on the Switch and the Switch 2. So it might be the case that they have enough kind of fuel left in the tank to not have to create like one of these tech demo games, because I mean, there's only so much they can do now, and with, like I say, the strong lineup that they could easily make. I don't know, maybe it's just not really that needed. But either way, let me know your thoughts on this. Would you like it to come with a tech demo, or would you much rather it be bundled with Mario Kart and the Super Mario 3D World game or whatever it's going to be? Let me know your thoughts on all that, and also the Aardman animation project as well. What do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be a movie or a TV series or whatever? But either way, that's all that. And then finishing things off for today's video, we do have another rumor to go over. This was posted on Wednesday, the 11th of December. It's just titled Juice. and it's just an image of, I believe, the Kalos map, that is. So yeah, this was on 4chan, so take it with a grain of salt. Obviously with a title called Juice, he's probably wrong and it's probably fake, but either way, it's another rumor to go over. And it starts off with the Switch 2 stuff. So it says Switch 2 announced 15th of January. So let me take a look what day that is. 15th of January is next month, obviously, and it is a Wednesday, which isn't a terrible day. No, Wednesday's fine. Like Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays you'd expect to be like the main days that something would get announced on. So yeah, that's going to get announced apparently on the 15th of Jan. And then it says a digital and a cartridge edition. So again, there's been rumors, there's been whispers about this. Obviously Sony have done it. I think Microsoft have done it as well with the digital and the disc editions and the digital editions, obviously. With the Switch 2, it'd obviously be digital, and then the cartridge version as well. But obviously with the backwards compatibility, so many people are going to have the cartridges and stuff. So I feel like the cartridge edition is definitely going to get a lot more people buying it. If you obviously don't have the Switch 1, then fair play, the digital edition might be better for you. It's going to be cheaper apparently, with being $400. The cartridge edition is $450 respectively. But at the same time, over the grand scheme of things, the cartridge edition will definitely save you money, because with the digital edition, even though you're paying less for the console, every single time you buy a game, unless there's a discount on the Nintendo store, you're going to be paying max price. So you're going to be paying like $60 for Legends EA, you know, $70 potentially for Mario Kart, $70 potentially for the big 3D Mario game if they are coming out. And whereas if you buy the cartridge edition, yeah, you're paying an extra $50 for that console, but you are then going to be able to buy those games from anywhere. And there's probably going to be websites out there that sell the game at a much discounted price, so you might be able to get Legends EA for like £50 instead of £60 or something like that. So right there, you've saved like £10, and that's just on one game. So if you're going to buy like 10 games for the Switch 2, which, let's be honest, you're probably going to, you're going to save money in the long run. So in my opinion, the cartridge edition would be so much better. And obviously you get to keep the cartridge game as well. If you don't like the game that you buy, you can't sell it if you buy the digital edition. Whereas if you buy the physical edition, if you don't like the game, you can go and sell it. It's that simple. So yeah, on the grand scheme of things, I think there's more benefits for the cartridge edition. Obviously with the digital edition, you get it straight away. You don't have to go anywhere. If it's a midnight release, it's right there. You can download it, pre-download it, whatever. That's obviously a big positive, which I completely understand. But if you're not in a rush to get a game straight away, then yeah, and you're trying to save money, the cartridge edition is definitely the way to go. If that's even a thing. It might not even be a thing. It's been rumored, so that's why I wanted to kind of go over that bit in much detail, but at the end of the day, it could just simply be a cartridge edition. Who knows? Anyway, it says it's going to be announced with new games. So we're going to get an open world Mario game, which again has been rumored heavily. Animal Crossing, which I think there's also been rumored quite a bit as well. And then Mario Kart, which again, I'd be very surprised if we didn't get a Mario Kart that dropped with the Switch 2. And then Kirby as well. We did speak about that the Kirby situation not too long ago, how it was going to get the port, and then potentially it's going to get like a Switch 2 game as well, like a 3D Kirby Switch 2 game, which I think would do really well as well, because Kirby has actually sold really well, to be fair. So that's quite a strong lineup, as well as the, like I was just talking about lineups, that's quite a strong lineup, plus ports, and then you also have other games as well coming out next year on the Switch 2, like Legends EA, that's going to be playable on it. And then it says Direct in February. So, I mean, I guess that Direct in February would just go into more detail about the open world Mario, about Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Kirby, stuff like that. So yeah, announced January, Direct in Feb, and then obviously there's been loads of talk about when this console is going to drop, whether it's going to be March, whether it's going to be May, June, like both of them, like they're not even that far away from each other, but that's kind of the main sort of months that have been spoken about with the Switch 2. But either way, we know it's going to be very, very soon. Then it moves on to Legends EA trailer during Pokemon Day. The starters, new megas, new bosses, and new legendary. So yeah, I mean, you'd expect to. I don't know what it means by new bosses. I mean, maybe an evil team, or I don't really know. Maybe they're talking about the kind of enraged bosses battles that you have to do with Legends Arceus. Starter Pokemon are Snivy, Piplup, and Scorbunny, but Kalos get megas. So, I mean, we've seen the image, so any rumor that says it's not the Kalos starters is already kind of off to a bad start. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not been confirmed that the Kalos starters are going to be the star Pokemon. That's literally just from an image that we've seen. There's no guarantee they are going to be. They're very likely to be the starters, but it's not guaranteed. And Snivy, Piplup, and Scorbunny, I guess, were the ones that a lot of people thought were going to be the starters, myself included, apart from the Generation 6 starters, until we saw the image. So If we did get 3 from other regions, then I think those would be the most likely candidates. But then it goes on to say release date in May. So May next year, 2025, obviously around the time the Switch 2 is also reportedly going to be coming out. Again, people still think that the ZA is going to drop with the Switch 2. I honestly don't think that's going to happen. It's not a Switch 2 game. It's a Switch 1 game that's going to be playable on the Switch 2 via backwards compatibility. It's not a Switch 2 game like Mario Kart will probably get dropped with the Switch 2. That'll be a Switch 2 kind of launch title, not Legend ZA. And then it says Gen 10 announced Pokemon Day. So I assume that's 2025 Pokemon Day, which again could happen. You know, there's no guarantee that it won't. I mean, they could easily just drop a small glimpse of it like they did for Legend ZA and then just say 2026, right, releasing simultaneously worldwide for the Switch 2. Because maybe they do want to kind of drop something for the Switch 2 after it's been announced, just to get people excited about Pokemon on the next console. So yeah, they could easily, and then they could drop like Gen 10 trailers throughout the year after Legend ZA comes out. Because obviously when Legend ZA comes out, let's say it's coming out in May, after May until the next Pokemon Day, there's probably not going to be another Pokemon game coming out unless they obviously drop a random one. And so in that time, they could easily drop information about Gen 10. And obviously we have the August Pokemon Presents as well, most likely. And yeah, we might get like a free DLC update for that for Legends ZA like we did with Arceus, but they're going to need like a big trailer. And so maybe Generation 10 is something that they announce, and that's the thing they kind of like start going on about up to the next Pokemon Day. It says releases 2026, obviously 30th anniversary, based in Greece, which again, heavily rumored to be where this game is going to be set, and it's only for the Switch 2, which does not surprise me because Generation 10 on the Switch 1 would probably make it start smoking and just like a light and fireworks coming out of it, an airplane like taking off, stuff like that. You know the sounds. So yeah, hopefully it is just for the Switch 2. But either way, I'm not a massive believer of this rumor. I just don't think the starters are going to be anything other than the Gen 6 starters at this point. But let me know your thoughts on this rumor and everything else that we covered in today's video as well. Thank you so much for watching though. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.